Hey guys, my name is Boom Shekha and I welcome you to my channel. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. I wanted to speak to you guys in this video about how INFJs behave when they're in a crowd of people. I was at a festival yesterday. I'm in Thailand and it's a Loy Krathong festival. It's an amazing, beautiful festival. But as you might know, at a festival in general, there are thousands of people that show up. Thousands and thousands, right? And so as an INFJ, you're standing there and you're thinking to yourself, is this really how I want to spend my time? But I am the kind of person who wants to experience the beauty of this festival, right? So what do? How did I spend my day? How did I set it up so I could go to this festival? Well, first of all, I did not see anyone else for the rest of the day. I tried to keep my energy and conserve my energy so I would not have to waste it on some other people so that I could go to this festival. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing I did. I did not see anyone else. I didn't talk to anyone else except for my street food vendors, and that's like a minimal conversation. I want this, thank you. And I ate really well during the day. I took care of myself. So my body was full, my body felt full. I had a lot of water, and I took care of my physical needs so that when I would get to that mad rush of people, I would at least physically be able to handle it, energetically wise, right? So I did that. It was very important. A lot of meat so I could be grounded, so I didn't feel scattered. So when I'm surrounded by all these people, I didn't feel like I was going crazy. So I felt in my body. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't feeling like, right? So that was another thing I did. And more so than that, I made sure that when I got into that space, so there were hundreds of thousands of people around me, right? And there's so many people that are looking at me, or I'm looking at them. We're having, we're meeting, eye gazes are meeting. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people yelling. Although Thailand's really good that way because it's a very quiet crowd, and because it's Thailand and the energy is really great. I love the people here. Even there might be thousands of people around you, it's still pretty quiet compared to the US or Canada where I've been, and it's insanely loud there, right? And so I'm there and it's loud, and I've noticed, and I knew, you can tell instantaneously when there's an INFJ around you because they'll have their headphones on. Like they'll be listening to some music, they'll be in a crowd of people, but they have their headphones on because, they want to at least remove one of their senses so they can kind of they're looking around and all that stuff, but they don't want to hear as well. It's too overwhelming for them. And I saw a couple of people doing that. They had like headphones on. I like to hear the noise. I like to hear what people are talking about, to notice what's going on. So I didn't have headphones on. But sometimes when I need it, when I am in a crowd and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted, I'll put my headphones on just to relax for a bit, to kind of cut off at least that sense from the world, right? I also noticed that what I did was I stood with my back to the wall in a lot of cases. And that's what I do in a lot of parties, even that I go to. If I'm at a pool party, I'll make sure that I'm standing with my back to a certain wall. So at least my back is protected. And I feel, okay, at least I only have to notice the people in front of me. And I'm protected from my back. I don't like being in a crowd of people and being right in the middle of it, because then I am surrounded by energy and thoughts and emotions all around me. Does that make sense? So I always make sure that if I'm in a restaurant or if I am anywhere where I'm standing around people, I make sure that my back is to a wall, like a solid wall, a concrete wall or something like that, right? Another thing that I do a lot of is I will stand in one spot for a long time and then observe what's going on around me so that I know exactly where I am, who's around me, and I don't need to worry about it anymore. It's like analyzing it. It's kind of like a recon mission or something. I stand there, I look around, okay, everything is safe, everything's fine, there's no random negative energies around me. I can relax. And that's what I did when I was in that crowd of people. I obviously had my back to the wall. I stood there, I watched the people around me, and I knew, okay, everything's fine. Everyone around me is a good energetic person. No energy vampires around me, so I can relax. And then I relax and watch the lanterns go up, right? Make sense? Another thing that I do a lot is, especially when I feel I feel threatened somehow, whatever it might be. It might be that there's a person who's yelling really loudly next to me, or there's a person who has a weird dose of energy and I feel weird, or something happens to change the equilibrium that I'm in. Instantaneously, I'll walk away. I'll walk away as much as possible. And I've seen a couple of you mention that a bathroom is your sanctuary. So, if you feel a little bit overwhelmed by the crowd of people that you're at or the party you're at, you'll just go to the washroom and stand there for a bit, relax in the comfort and the aloneness of it, and then go back out again. What I do a lot is when I'm at a pub or a bar, I'll just go outside because it's really loud in there. There's a lot of people. I'll just go outside for a few minutes. I'll stand outside. I'll feel the breeze on my body. I'll see the moon if it's there. Or I'll just kind of like notice people around me. I'll go stand with the wall behind me, and I'll just recuperate or rejuvenate for a few minutes, and then I'll go back in again with my friends. If I go back in again and I find that still too overwhelming, then I'll just leave. And it happens a lot. And my friends kind of know this about me now. As soon as I feel overwhelmed, as soon as I've reached the limit of noise and pollution and all that crap, I'm just done with it. I just leave. And they know that about me. Sometimes I'll say goodbye, sometimes I won't. If it's too much of a hassle to say goodbye, I'm like, I'm just leaving. And you guys know that I do that, so don't even get upset about it. And if you do, then I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. If I can't say goodbye, then I'll try to say goodbye. Make sense? A lot of times also at parties, because we're an INFJ and I am an INFJ, I'm a counselor, I'll end up with these people just standing next to me, bawling their faces off or telling me their sob stories, telling me what happened with them, how their life sucks and how, they're unhappy or lonely and all that stuff. Especially at that point, obviously I'll close off my heart mentally, but I will try as much as possible to bring another friend into that situation as much as possible. Actually, it's imminent or really important that I do that, because when there are three people, the energy is distributed better than when it's just one person, one-on-one kind of, right? So instantaneously, if I see a friend walking past, I'll call them right away. I'll tell them, oh, do you know this person? They have something in common with you. And as soon as possible, I'll leave that group because I don't want to deal with that energy. Now, maybe that sounds a little selfish, but I am at a party to enjoy myself. I'm not at a party to listen to your sob story or to listen to what's going on with you or how much your life sucks, right? That's not the role of me at a party. I'm not always going to be doing that. I did that a lot in the past, and I realized that I stopped going to parties because that was so tiring. Make sense? So now I cut it off as soon as possible because it is not my role at a party to take care of other people, but it is my role, or it's the reason I go to parties is to enjoy myself, to relax, to hang out with friends I love. Make sense? So these are some of the things that I noticed that I was doing yesterday, walking around, taking care of myself. So I was able to be there for 3 hours, which is a long time for an INFJ or an introverted person to be in such a crowded, noisy, raucous place, right? And so I wanted to kind of share this with you guys to see what do you guys do when you are in a crowd of people? How do you protect your energy? How do you protect your introvertedness? How do you protect your heart? Like, what do you guys do? I'd love to hear from you guys. Message me and let me know, yeah? And let me know what my comments, do they resonate with you? Is it something that you guys do? I know that you guys use the bathroom as a sanctuary, but what else do you guys do? The wall? Do you use a wall as a protective mechanism? I do that all the time. I love you guys, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the comments, and I will see you guys next time around. Bye for now.